Hi guys, it's Isa. Today we're gonna do a fantasy book recommendation for every romance trope. Here on this channel I do book recommendations and reviews. I publish bookish content every Thursday and Sunday for you to enjoy. If you want to stay tuned, click the description button, and if you end up loving this video, give it a thumbs up. Alrighty, let's start strong with one of the tropes that I think it's really hard to get done well, and that is friends to lovers. And for me, the embodiment of the book that made this something to buy with, it's the Aurelian cycle by Rosaria Munda. And trust me, this book series have it all. We have 2 out of 3 books out. We'll have the third one this summer. So it's set in this medieval world full of dragons. And what we're gonna do is follow two main characters, a main girl, Annie, as she is kind of the orphan of this war that happened some years ago and killed all of the dragon lords. And then we'll also follow our other point of view of Lee. He is also orphaned, but he is the son of one of the most powerful dragon lords' houses. And as you can imagine, they have grown up together, but they have such different backgrounds, they have different motivations, they have been hurt very differently. And now they are competing in a set of trials to get the leadership of the dragon fleet. It seems though that there's also whispers that a new revolution might arise.
One of my top favorite series of all time, so I really recommend.
We move then to slow burn, which is my favorite trope ever. And for that, I really think that Caraval is an amazing pick. This is a concluded series. 3 out of 3 books are already out, and the setting is just so whimsical. We will have this medieval setting, but it's kind of in a circus kind of vibe. We will have beyond the slow burn, we have kind of a game, a quest sort of thing, and we will be following 2 sisters, as these 2 sisters are running away from their home, and they kind of start to participate in this game called a Caraval. Caraval only happens every now and then, and when it happens, it seems that magic comes to life and everything is possible. Upon arriving, one of the sisters is kidnapped, and from that point onwards, our other girl will need to win the game in order to get her sister back. The slow burn with the characters and the slow burn, it's just not in the first book. The 3 books have a very well done slow burn, it's to die for. Then to love triangles, which done well are really something else. And for that, I do have Legendborn. This was one of my favorite books last year, and I really am thrilled for the second one that is coming this year. I really encourage you to pick it up. It's more of an urban fantasy story, and we will be following our main girl, Bree, as she has just lost her mom and she's grieving. The story begins in the first day of college, and she very quickly on discovers that there's magic in the campus, and upon discovering what is happening, she just faces a situation where she discovers that there's a secret society called Legendborn, which is an Arthurian society. So kind of the descendants of Arthur, of Merlin, everyone is there, and they have open trials to accept new recruiters. And so she will get embedded into these trials, trying to figure it out if her mom's death was natural or not. She will be meeting different characters. All of them are just and the love triangle in here, it's just so well done. It's not typical in which you clearly want one character. Both are fantastic, and it's so incredible to see. So then for another favorite of mine, enemies to lovers, and I think that one of the best series that does this is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Especially the second book, I think it embodies it. And we have our main girl, Fairy, and she is a human, but one day she gets into this fae world because this is an portal fantasy, and we will follow her as she will just go to one of the courts because she killed something that she shouldn't. And so from that point, she will need to figure out how to move through these different courts placed on seasons. And although the first book it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, it really changes throughout the story. The scope and the stakes are just so high and really this is also a slow burn, this is also spicy. Then we go to the one bed trope, and I reckon this is not one of my favorites, but I think it's really well done in the From Blood and Ash series. And this will follow our main girl Poppy, as she is kind of this special person in this society, and she is kind of
magical.
and for that, she has been veiled all of her life, she has been very secluded, and she has not really had access to a lot of stuff. However, she is really curious, and from the first chapters, she decides to go a little bit ahead and find a little bit of love. I really think this series, it's so addictive, so consuming. Really recommend. For the first side lovers, we have Jade Fire Gold, a new release set in this Chinese-inspired environment, and this is a dual perspective story, and we will be following our main girl as she taps into a very dangerous type of magic, and from that point onwards she will need to run, she will need to hide. And we will also follow our main boy as he is the heir of the throne, but everyone thinks he is dead, and he is kind of plotting his revenge to take the throne up. Their paths merge, and you will see how they need to create a sort of alliance to get the throne back. The sensation of the two, it's just so well done, how both characters see in each other what they like and how they seem to be fated. I thought that it was really, really well done. And last but not least, we have the sunshine versus a grumpy kind of story, and for that I cannot recommend more Shadow of the Fox. This is a Japanese inspired setting full of folklore, and we will be following two main points of view. The first one of the sunshine, Yumeko. She is a kitsune, so half woman, half fox, and she has been tasked to take care of a piece of a scroll that, if put together, will grant a very bad wish. And so she starts this quest of going to take the scroll to safety, and while doing so she will meet a lot of different people. One of them is this grumpy character called Tatsumi. He is a shadow samurai, and he has a very special talent because in his sword he has a demon within, so he is kind of the demon bearer. And we will see how Tatsumi has learned how to not interact with anyone, how to, just think of killing, think of making good for his shadow clan. But we will see how the clashing of the two start to blend and melt his heart. This is also a slow burn, and I really liked it. And that was it for today. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and let's see each other in another video. Bye!